Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
We were right.
I knew it.
I'm going to lower Nick's. All right, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Charge On Pregame live show.
I'm sure you're shocked, but it's about to storm.
And we're probably going to need to move this around. It's getting bad.
Really ugly. What is it, a UCF game without a weather delay, which, based on what I'm seeing right now, I feel like we're, getting very close to that happening.
Yeah, it gets annoying. These are the moments where I hate living in Florida because you just, from every single angle, you just see a dark, hellish cloud that makes you want to go run and hide and get close to your family.
Well, we're going to watch football instead.
Hopefully there's no delay, folks. Hi, and welcome to the Charge On Pregame live show. I'm your host, Sean Green. Alongside me, as always, Nick Geddes. Like I said, we are going to probably have to move around in the next 2 seconds because it looks deadly outside. But what is it?
Might be a quick one.
Yeah, it might be a quick one.
Which,
there's not much to
not
talk
the biggest
about.
game in the world, so.
No, I apologize if this gets cut a little short, but I don't think we want to be in the rain that is definitely coming within the next 2 seconds. Hopefully there's no lightning tonight. That's, I think, what we are wishing for, hoping for, is there is no lightning tonight so that this game doesn't get pushed. But, Nick, if you look at the forecast.
Not great.
Doesn't look great. So, for our sake, we just don't want it to be another late night. Last week was miserable. Luckily, it was on Thursday. It was on a Thursday. So Saturday, it's a little easier if we're going to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to catch a flight, though, tomorrow at 7:20 a.m. So, again, I know we're just talking about the lightning delay. That is
right now, that's the main story of the game because
is this weather. But we're going to talk. Zachary Foster says kickoff delay likely. NC actually plays a risky, aggressive style of defense. We'll have to see how the Knights prepare. I'm going to take off the glasses. I don't know why I was wearing sunglasses. No, you are. Listen, let's get into the game. Let's talk a little bit of the game before we have to basically get out of here. Now, and that's why we came with 2 mics.
That's why we came more prepared this week.
We came prepared.
Nicky brought his mic to the pregame show. Yes. Not the biggest game in the world, North Carolina A&T rather. I mean, I think the most important thing, and we sort of talked about this in the pregame show, is let's see if UCF can sort of flex their muscles a little bit. Yeah. I don't think this game is going to be close at any point, with all respect to the opponent. But you've seen week 2 college football, there's a lot of teams that are playing a lot of lesser competition. Florida State hanging a 77 burger on East Texas A&M. Tennessee is right now got a 41 burger in the first half against ETSU. Hopefully we can get some of that tonight, and there'll be no doubt in the outcome.
See, now you get to interview me. No, I think it's interesting. I think this, honestly, Nick, is going to be the not the litmus test, because I don't think that's the right word for it, but I think when you see how some of these teams are beating up on the lesser opponents, I think that's where you're going to look at where this UCF team is. And I think we talked about it, UCF should win this game by 40. That's ultimately, they have the better roster, they have more talent. But if it's a 20-point game and UCF struggles, and you're looking at, a team like Florida State win 77-3, that's where you start looking at UCF as the, are they where they need to be playing against an inferior opponent?
Yeah, and obviously the other storyline tonight is the first start at UCF for Taven Jackson. The Taven Jackson era, I guess you could say, is here for this game. Maybe 1 week later than it maybe should have been, whatever. But Cam Fancher not playing tonight, so it's going to be Taven Jackson. And so we get a first look at this offense, Sean, with Taven under center for hopefully 4 quarters.
Hold on, maybe I can do a extra mic here. Oh, there we go. So now you can.
There we go.
Now you can do yours.
Now I don't have to interview you. So
I gotta get a better microphone.
Anyway, your thoughts, Taven Jackson tonight?
Yeah, I think Taven, he needs to show a lot. Obviously, we've been very vocal on here saying that this is going to be an open quarterback competition, right? Like, Athena says, talk positive, please, LOL. We are going to talk positive. I think, like I said, the last 7 minutes of that game last week was impressive. The offense looked really good. It looked sound. Taven's throws were crisp, clean. The offensive line played good. You want it to be like those last 7 minutes. The question marks, Nick, are going to be, can it stay for the full game? Now, against this opponent, honestly, guys, that's the thing. Athena says talk positive. We should only be able to talk positive because this is an opponent you should absolutely demolish. Now, on the post-game show, if they struggle against this team, it's going to be a long season. Like, we're not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It's going to be a very long season because, again, when you look at the scores around college football today, Taven Jackson needs to prove you want him to be sitting at halftime. Like, I know that's probably not going to happen. You want him to have just such a superior first half that they put in Jakari Brown to get reps, right? They put Davi Belfort in to get reps. You want at some point to see some other quarterbacks in this game. But if Taven kind of struggles throughout or so up and down, he's going to play the full game, and that doesn't give you as much confidence moving forward. But I think if Taven builds off of those last 7 minutes, Nick, I think that's where you can look at it as this is positive developments moving forward.
Yeah, the only story, the only analysis that should be needed after this game tonight is UCF went up against a far lesser opponent and took care of business, and hopefully nobody got hurt doing it, and we're on to North Carolina to steal somebody's verbiage that you know very well. That should be the only analysis needed tonight. If we're talking about anything else, then something probably went wrong a little bit tonight, but for the record, I don't think it's going to happen. Talent gap is just too wide. Right now it's pouring rain, so we might end up having rainy conditions throughout the entire
night. We've got a towel prepared.
Yeah, let's get that towel on there. But, all right, there we go.
See
Far more prepared this time.
You know, look at me. Well, see, and guess what? The mic goes down. We have some backup options. I got to get a better cord for that. And like we said, it's an XLR cable, so for that, whatever, it doesn't matter.
But anywho, so it's pouring rain right now. The forecast looks
now,
like
hold on. You say it's pouring. It's not pouring.
You want to go step out there, Sean?
No, but compared to last week.
You tell me if it's pouring.
No, but compared to last week, it's so much better.
This is pouring for me. Anywho, but no, so it's going to be raining throughout the night, it looks like. How does that affect both teams' game plan? You know, UCF, I don't think UCF ran the ball particularly well in the second half.
No, not at all.
Last week at all, and we talked about the offensive line not exactly dominating the lines of scrimmage in last week's game, so it's another opportunity for them to do that, and I think anything less than that is a problem. But again, I preface this that I don't think it's going to be.
Now, Brian says, when does the weather delay? When does weather clear?
It doesn't.
Unfortunately, if you look at the forecast for the rest of the night, it basically rains the entire night. So, again, it's kind of just a bummer for the first 2 weeks of the season to have games that just are wet, muggy, like gross. I like as a fan, like luckily we're in the press box, right? So we don't really care about the rain.
Maybe during the inevitable weather delay at this point, maybe somebody's going to rush the field again, and we could get some more entertainment.
Yeah, so I don't condone it.
No, I'm not condoning it.
Listen,
you didn't hear it from me.
We are not condoning rushing the field. But if you have a couple too many drinks, right, and you just outwardly decide that you want to kind of go on the field and elude police,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You're going to get tackled.
But if you want to get tackled, I can't stop you. We can't stop you from doing it. Hey, Athena says, hey, I'm hoping for a great game and hoping at some point during the game they can...
The camera.
Oh, the camera pans on my favorite flyer, Eliza LaBelle. Eliza LaBelle, are they still out there when it's raining? The Flyers?
The Flyers?
I think she's talking about like the cheerleading.
Oh.
Like the Flyers.
Honestly, I don't even remember if I was paying attention to that last week when
I'll
it was
be honest,
raining.
Nick doesn't focus. Nick focuses.
I'm on the game. Yeah,
and like we talked about this earlier. Nick on camp, he's made a lot of progress on stuff. If you come meet Nick in person, he's a very shy guy. I'm calling you out. He's very like mellow. He's a very cool and mellow, like a 45-year-old that's like had
a few words guy.
Yeah, a few words. But no, when in the rain delay, we saw the girls get tackled, or the one girl get tackled, and that was basically it. But
And we had the world's longest Congo line, some say.
we saw the Congo line.
Yeah.
But if Eliza is out there, Athena, we will be looking for the flyers and just hoping that we picked the right person. But we will be looking. We will be on the lookout.
Sean, it's boring now.
It's not as bad as last week, though. It is moving fast. We are watching the clouds. They are
I haven't
moving.
seen any lightning or heard any thunder.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's delayed. Like, I don't think the game would be delayed right now because I haven't heard thunder. It's really just rain. It is supposed to lightning a little bit later, but we're hoping for the best. We're hoping that's not the case. Let's talk a little bit more about the game because obviously it's really hard sometimes, especially when you have these type of opponents. But North Carolina A&T, fun stat, they haven't beat a Division I football program in 2 years. September of 2023 was the last time they beat a Division I football program. Obviously, this is new staff, at North Carolina A&T. That's why I think, Nick, from the,
Wait, so this is a new staff here too?
Yeah, new head coach.
First 3 weeks, UCF is playing nothing but new staff.
Yes. Yep.
Interesting.
Because I think, or no, hold on. Because Sean Gibbs is new head coach this year. He was their running back coach at one point. But no, so new staff, new head coach. They lost last week to Tennessee State in a,
No-biter.
tough missed field goal at the end of the game. But I think that's where you kind of look at this game and you say, okay, can UCF, I think the magic number for me is you need to put up at least 42. I think that's kind of the magic number for me. If you put up at least 42, I'll be happy.
What did I say? 42-3? 45-3?
You said like 41-10, I think.
No.
You said 41-7.
Yeah, 41-7. There you go.
I think I forgot what I said. But I think 41 points is kind of if you put up 41, I think we can all be happy. Now, granted, an ugly 41 can still be cause for concern. But do you agree with that sentiment? Do you think UCF kind of has to put on some style points here? And we just saw lightning.
There it was. Yeah, I do. Like I said at the top of the show, I think this is a game where UCF needs to flex their muscles. They need to assert their dominance, and they need to show that they have the better roster, they have the better team, the better coaching. All those things leave the outcome in no doubt. I feel like I sound like a broken record saying it, but honestly, there's no other way I can put it, Sean.
Yeah, and this is where we kind of run out of things to talk about. Because not because we could easily talk about it, but this game is just not a fun game to discuss. It is basic.
Come back in 2 weeks. The storyline's out the end.
Yeah. We'll stay on here for a couple more minutes just in case you guys have any questions for us. We will be back for our post-game live show. If it's out there in the rain or in here, even though I will say this, totally off topic, not game related. We need to figure something out about the rain coming through the bleachers.
Yeah, it's not
as bad.
Great.
It's not as bad this week as it was last week. There should be no rain coming from the bleachers.
It's not great.
So I think that's something we need to talk about with good old Terry. Is kind of getting. He's focused right now. You guys need a little UCF swag for your show. We're working on some stuff. We had the hats last year, like for merch. Like these, we had these like polos made for just us. Would anybody buy our merch though? I don't know. That's something like. I think we have some cool stuff in the works, but I don't know if anybody would buy it.
Not Green says, do you think Cam Fancher was the right quarterback choice? I'll let you have that.
I mean, listen, nobody can really know because at the end of the day, Cam, when he signed, we were very harsh on it. We said he was a depth piece. He clearly was the right guy for the job at the time because I think of his many college starts, for better or worse.
Taven just never commanded that job during the offseason. He never really commanded it, and when he got named the when he got named the backup for the first game of the season, all of a sudden it's Taven had a really good week of practice after that, and that seems to have enlightened something under him. So I think it might have worked out the way it did because it kind of woke Taven up a little bit because this was his job to lose.
Oh, no, it 100% was, and he lost it. But I think maybe this gave him kind of that little boost that he maybe needed to potentially kind of go out and win that job. And again, I think next week is going to be another competition, depending on what goes tonight. But we will see. Not Green. He couldn't beat Cincy if he wanted to. Oh, Cam. I mean,
I don't know.
he really couldn't beat Jacksonville State when he was healthy.
That's
but
very true. He didn't score any points.
No. So, do you think either quarterback looks like Power 4 quality? TBD. TBD.
I mean, what is Stanford trotting out there? Because that's Power 4 and it's barely.
Yeah, it is kind of barely. With that being said, we are going to get out of here.
Yeah,
we are getting absolutely soaked. Guys, come back for the Charge On post-game live show. We will not be canceling it tonight, so whenever the game is over, come on back. We will be here. For Nick Geddes, I'm Sean Green. If you're coming to the game tonight, bring a poncho and just hope for no delays. We will see you guys tonight. Yeah, go Knights, Charge On.